Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, D.C., Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. So this morning in my time reading and praying and thinking, and I'll be honest, I haven't been spending nearly as much time reviewing this year as I normally do. It's because I'm working this year between Christmas and New Year. Normally I have the week between off, and I get more time to spend alone with God. So I've got to hash out some time to do that with the Lord. Review what's happened this year and spend some time looking at what's coming next year, all of that. And I'll get that done. I'm sure of it. But as I was spending time this morning, I read this in Proverbs 29, verse 19. A slave cannot be disciplined by words. Though he understands, he does not respond. And I've read it hundreds and hundreds of times. A slave cannot be disciplined by words, though he understands he will not respond, or he does not respond. And I got it this morning, or I got part of it this morning. It comes down to this, especially in our world where we're working within recovery. We're getting boundaries put in place where we say, I can't let this happen anymore. This person can't do this in my life, or I can't let this situation happen, or whatever. We're putting boundaries in our life. More often than not, I hear people tell me boundaries don't work. I put them in place, and all it does is get me hurt. People fight back at it. They throw fits. They throw things back into my face. It's just worse to put boundaries in place. It's easier just to go with the flow. Well, first of all, that's what got you stuck in the first place. Second of all, you never put a boundary in place. You told them, stop it, I don't want you to do that anymore. And you may even have given them a reason why, what it's doing to you and why it hurts you. And you're expecting that knowledge will be what stops them from doing it. It doesn't. A slave cannot be disciplined by words. Though he understands, they don't respond. You see, a boundary never works unless there's a consequence to the boundary that you're willing to stand behind. Somebody comes up to you, and every time they see you, they pull your hair. I had an individual that used to do that. Walk up every time he saw me, grab my hair and yank it. Thought it was funny. And I had asked him multiple times, don't do that. Told him flat out, don't ever do that again. Sat down with him privately, had a conversation with him about how it triggers me and it's not okay. Kept happening. And I'm not saying I did this well, but I set a boundary. I said, you pull my hair again and I'm going to lay you out. He's never pulled my hair again. Now, punching somebody is not the right way to handle it. I'm not saying that. But as soon as a consequence was put in place that the person knew I was going to follow through with, they understood. I had another individual that I said, if you don't follow through with what you promised me this time, you're just never going to get a chance again. Right? They understood. They knew I was going to follow through with that. Unfortunately, that individual, they didn't follow through with what they promised me. They're not going to get a chance again, right? A boundary does absolutely no good unless you put the consequences in place first. So just remember that. Solomon says in Proverbs 29, verse 19, a slave cannot be disciplined by words. Though they understand, they don't respond. You can tell them all day long what it is, why they can't cross the boundary. You can give them all the right reasons. They can feel it in their heart, and they're still not going to do it until they know what the consequence is going to be. Just the truth. Something to think about as you go into next year. I love you all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.